Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Nothing Phone 1. And guys, this is a review net, so I got 3 packages. So this would be the phone itself. Looks like they have also sent a case, so a case is also sold, I believe. And we also got this pamphlet which talks a little bit about the Nothing phone. I'll just take a screenshot, and you can pause the screen if you want to just read it, and talks about some of the new features and Nothing OS, and a lot of hype about this phone in 2022. I would say this is the most hyped phone as of now. And guys, this video will be divided into 2 parts. The first part will be the unboxing, and I'm also going to open the phone for the first time, so I'm also going to look at it the first time. And in the second part of the video, I'll use this phone for a little bit so that I can give you a better initial overview. No way this is a full review, guys. If you guys know, my full reviews take time. I will review this phone, but that video will come on later after a week or so. So let's open this up on this, and talks nothing much. It just says nothing over here, phone 1. So this is the first model. Hopefully they'll be releasing more phones. And here, interesting thing at the back is it says that it's assembled in India and it's actually manufactured in India. And looks like they have sent us the higher end variant that comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. There'll also be a base variant that will come with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. And guys, I don't know the pricing as of now, so I just don't want to speculate what is the pricing. We are hearing rumors that it might be priced somewhere around 31 to 35,000. If I know the price, I'll add it in the description, but as of now I also do not know the pricing. So let's open this up now. And okay, so it's a square box, so looks like you can just tear this. Yeah, looks like, yeah, like this, and you got to tear this. Okay, yeah, so you'll know that if a phone is open. So this just comes out like this. Okay, this part just comes out, yes. And looks like no charger then, if the box is so slim. But this is supposed to have wireless charging. And this is the white color one. I believe there is also one more black colored one also, like this, yes. And we have this. Okay, yes, these are LED lights. They call it the Glyph Interface, so these will light up. And this is glass, guys. This is Gorilla Glass, and this is also Gorilla Glass. 6.55 inch full HD plus AMOLED screen that we are getting. And the back, I like the camera on the back. Instead of giving 3 or 4 useless cameras, they are giving 2 cameras, and both of them are very functional cameras. The main camera is a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766, so it's a pretty good sensor. And the second camera is ultra wide, but this is also 50 megapixel, so no gimmicks of that 2 megapixel. So bold move, I would say. And back, this is the new thing is that this is supposed to have wireless charging also, which is generally not found in mid-range and premium mid-range smartphones. So that's actually a new thing, and these will actually light up. So we'll look at it. This is powered by the Snapdragon 778 plus processor. We have seen this in the Moto Edge 30. And the handset initial impressions, this was the first time I'm also looking at this handset, guys. So with you, I just wanted to keep my impressions raw. So this is aluminum, and this gives a vibe of the iPhone, to be very frank. We have a secondary noise cancellation microphone. And here we just have the power on off button. So looks like in-display fingerprint scan might be there on this one. Bottom is the speaker, Type-C port, and your SIM tray. Let's see. And this should be dual nano SIM. Yes. And it also has a rubber gasket, so that's interesting. So dual SIM, again, no micro SD card as expected. And here we have the volume rocker. So again, give the iPhone vibes in terms of looks, I would say. Back, pretty interesting. We'll have to boot it up and see how these lights light up and all that stuff. And I completely forgot there is one more section of the box, so let's see what do we get in this. That's it. Yeah, so looks like here we have some other stuff also. So some paperwork, okay, nothing that much, and a USB Type-C charging cable. So no charger in the box, guys. So that's what we get in the box. So let me do the one thing. Let me just keep all this to the side, and let me actually boot this device for the first time. Front facing is a 16 megapixel camera, guys. So I'll just boot this up, set it up, and then we will continue. So hi guys, I'm shooting this part of the video after about 2 days. So I've used this device a little bit so that I can give you a better initial impression. So let's have a look at this. And I've installed quite a few apps because my primary sum is in this one. And I like the fact that the call quality was very good, at least with Airtel, both on cellular and Wi-Fi calling, no issues, no proximity sensor issues on this one. And as you can see, this is Nothing OS. They call it Nothing OS, but I'll call it a UI. So very close to stock Android. And one thing that I loved on this smartphone is that there was absolutely no bloatware. Not even Facebook app was pre-installed. So nothing, no extra stuff was installed on this, apart from this recorder app, which I think so is a native app for this Nothing OS. Apart from that, nothing else was installed, not even Facebook and stuff like that. So very clean UI, and they have made some changes to the UI. As you can see, the quick toggles over here, this is a little bit different, but again closer to what is a stock Android experience. And if you go over here, this is the traditional settings that you get, but again the font is different. This is the Nothing font that they use, and if you go in everything, you have something like that. So the new thing is that this has this Glyph interface. You can switch it on and off. This flip to Glyph, that means if you just flip it, it goes into do not disturb mode. I'm actually using it with them. This is useful. For example, right now my phone is like this. I just put it like this, and if this blinks 2 times, that means it has gone in do not disturb mode. So these things are there. And let me actually show you one more thing with this Glyph interface. And again, with the ringtones, you can it actually changes, as you can see, by default. For different one, it blinks a little bit different. So like this. So I'm just using the default one. I like the ringtones. It is a little bit nostalgic experience. But another thing that I like with this Glyph interface is, again, most of the time if your phone is like this, the Glyph interface doesn't make that much of a sense, because but again, if it's like this, yes, at least a little bit. But again, I feel it should be further customized. One thing I like is if you charge it, this back, as you can see, can enable it. This gives you visual idea. It went to the do not disturb mode because of that reverse thing. But if I put the charge, you'll get an idea how much is in the charging. That right now it's around 70%. So again, they are utilizing this Glyph interface a little bit here and there. But again, I didn't feel it's a solid game changer. One thing is that it does have this reverse wireless charging is there on this. This is a wireless charger, and let me just by the way, the fingerprint scanner is in-display fingerprint scanner. I have been hearing rumors that it's ultrasonic. No, it's not an ultrasonic, but let me just place this over this wireless charger, and as you can see, it starts charging wirelessly. Up to 15 watts of wireless charging is supported on this one. But again, regarding the charging, guys, no charger in the box, as I've told you, and the charging speed is 33 watts. I wish it was 45 watts speedy charging. It's power delivery charging, but 33 watts of charging. Fingerprint scanner is very responsive. I did not have a problem. Another small thing that I liked on this phone, and generally this is not found even in premium mid-range smartphone, the haptic feedback has been done very, very well on this smartphone. Within the whole entire OS, it's done very, very well. So you feel that haptic feedback everywhere. And again, the screen is also 120 Hertz. So it's very smooth in operation. It's a good quality AMOLED screen that they're using. Very thin bezels, as you can see. And this gives you a vibe of the iPhone. My daughter actually saw this phone and said, oh, finally Apple is going with a new design. So again, you could say, yeah, the looks, it gives a vibe of iPhone. The screen quality, I did not have a problem on this one. I'm using it on 120 Hertz. You can switch it back to 60 Hertz if you want. So relatively clean UI experience that you're getting, closer to stock, but they have added a few customizations here and there, as you can see. As I've told you, this is the higher end variant that comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So this has 256 gigabytes of storage and the Nothing OS and 256 gigabytes. So here you have, and I like the UI, it's clean. Not too many functions, but again, what you need is there. I think so the whole mantra of this one is less is better. That's what I felt with this smartphone. Haptic feedback was very good, and I like this aluminum finish, so it gives that premium feel towards the phone. And before we proceed, guys, here are all the specs of this phone, and I like that they did not do cost cutting on this phone. In fact, in areas like RAM, they have used LPDDR5 RAM, and the storage is also UFS 3.1. That's why the entire usage of this phone, the phone felt very, very fluid to use. I did not feel like I was using a sort of a mid-range smartphone. And as it's a Snapdragon 778 plus smartphone, the battery life also should be very good. I don't want to comment too much on the battery life because just 2 days since I've used, but easily 6.5 to 8 hours of SOT with a full day of usage you can easily get with this smartphone because of the processor that is used. And overall, I like the build quality on this one. The build quality is good. Again, the Glyph interface, I'm still getting used to it. The only place, as I've told you, I use it is I just keep it like this and it goes to do not disturb, the double. So that's where I'm using it quite a bit. I wish they do allow a little bit of more customization in the Glyph interface for specific notifications. I think so they can do with the software update. If they do that, that'll be great. But overall in the UI, it's better, it's good. And in fact, I liked it much more than what I expected, to be frank. This smartphone did exceed my expectation. But again, guys, still I do not know the pricing of the smartphone. So I hope they price it well in India, keeping my fingers crossed for that. But build quality, the feel that it gives is sort of a premium feel that it is giving, and the haptic feedback was a surprise because that is generally not that good. Yes, this one also has stereo speakers, and it's okay stereo speakers. I would say decent, nothing ground shaking or something, but decent, I would say. And if I go increase the volume, yes, it's low, I guess. I'm going to increase the volume, guys. This is the max. So okay stereo speakers. Again, I would say 60% of the volume comes from this and the 40% comes from this. It's decent for the price, but again, no bass or something like some of the very high-end Android phones. But again, for the price around 30-35 that we are hearing rumors, it's a decent experience that you are getting. Again, I like no bloatware, and the phone is very fluid to use with that 120 hertz refresh rate. And now, moving to another thing is, yes, this also has 5G. It's supposed to have 12 bands of 5G. So in basics, everything is sort of covered. Also, Bluetooth is 5.2. And this also has NFC. NFC is also there. One thing I noticed on this one is that the screen is good. Don't get me wrong, the screen is good. It's Gorilla Glass 5. But I don't think so, at least on my unit, this is a review unit, they have olophobic coating. So very quickly, the screen gets a little bit dirty and you have to constantly wipe it. That is what I have noticed recently. Try to do a dedicated camera review later on when the review embargo is lifted. That is going to be lifted after a couple of days. So I'll do an in-depth camera review, and I'll share a lot of samples in variety of lighting conditions. In fact, I'll also try to compare it with some other Android smartphones in this price range. So stay tuned for that. But the gist is that the camera performance was much better than what I thought. But initial impressions, if I have to talk about it, the smartphone perform much better than what expectations I thought. Yes, there can be a little bit more refinements in this, nothing UI and stuff like that. For example, I don't know, for some reason, as you can see, I can't move this Google pane above or dismiss this. So this is permanently there. I don't know why. Why can't I customize that? So there are small niggling things like this, but I think so they can easily fix these things with the software update. Again, guys, this is not a full review. This is the first initial impressions of the smartphone. I'm actively actually testing this smartphone, so we'll be posting its camera review and also the full in-depth review of the smartphone soon. So if you have any specific questions about this smartphone, do let me know. And again, as I've told you, at the time of shooting this video, I also do not know what is the pricing of the smartphone, so do not want to comment or give a rating as of now. Once we'll know the pricing and all other details, in the next video I will concentrate a lot on what are the things that I liked, what I didn't like. But again, if you want to know specific things about this smartphone, do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to include those things in my future videos and the full review of this smartphone. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.